Hi, so today what I'm going to do is show you how dimensional shipping works, and I'm going to look at the best fit algorithm. Let's just jump straight in, and I'll explain it as we go along. So with the extension, it's configured under shipping settings. So that will be here. There's various configuration that you need to do, like the serial key, enable it. A lot of these you can just ignore and leave as the default. The packing algorithm is the one that you need to decide how you're going to do. And in the documentation I describe the various ways. So I'm just looking at best fit for this screencast. So let's set that up and say that's what we want to use. Okay. So now we have this, so what we need to do now is create some boxes. So products themselves have dimensions, as we know, and they have a weight. But when you're doing dimensional shipping, you also need to set up the actual boxes. So we have a place that you can set these up separately. So let's just put some in here. So let's just create some small boxes. And you can specify a maximum quantity and a maximum weight for the box, but for this scenario I'm just going to set those to -1, which means there's no maximum. You can also specify packing weight if you want, so this is the weight of the box. So we now have a small box. So let's have another one. So we've got two of them. So this is going to be a larger box. And again, I'm not going to confuse it by any maximums. Okay. So now we've got a small and a large box. If we go into the products now, then what you can see is that we can actually assign these boxes to a product here. So let's say that for this particular item that it only goes into a large box. What we need to do then is give this item some dimensions itself. So what we're saying is that the dimensions of this product is 5 by 5 by 5, and the possible packing boxes it can go in is just the large box. So when it's actually doing the calculations, then this is the only one it's going to use. In order to work it out, it actually looks at the volumetrics. So it will multiply these up, get a volume weight, and then divide that into what the large box volume is and determine how many can actually be set. It's also worth noting that if you want to, you can specify the particular SKU shipped separately. So that's one that's used quite a bit. Okay, so now we have that assigned to the product. So what we're going to do now is just go and add that product to the cart. Let's just go back into it. And we want to look at the logs to see how it's packing it. Okay, so you can switch on logger. So this is under the system configuration area, and we have our own logger inside the dimensional code. All of our extensions have this logger. So we're just going to switch that on. And I'm also going to check to make sure that I actually have one of the carriers configured. Now with UPS, you must ensure that you've got UPS XML. The UPS standard one, which is like this, which doesn't have an account number or anything, that's not going to work. It doesn't support dimensions. You need the XML one, and you need to put these fields in: the access license number, password, user ID, and obviously select some methods that you want to use for it. Okay, so that all looks good. So what we can do now is we can load this in, and there's one other thing that we want to do as well, actually. So within the extension, you can actually specify to show debug messages. So you can switch this on or off, and it's actually going to show in what the dimensions are on the front end if you switch this on. Obviously, you don't want to do this when it's in production use. Okay, so what you can see here is that what it's done is we've added this to the cart, and straight away it's worked out the dimensions. It's not got rates because we haven't put a zip in. But you can see here it's actually packed it into the large box. So that's just a basic intro into the best fit. I'm going to carry on to a more advanced one in the next screencast.